All right, data wranglers, let's talk about getting your data to where it needs to be. Think of it like this. You've got this awesome pile of data just sitting there, like a stack of unopened birthday presents. You know there's good stuff inside, but you need a way to actually open those presents and see what you've got. That's where Azure Data Factory comes in. It's your data unwrapping service. Now, Data Factory is like that super helpful friend who always brings the right tools to the party. It's got built-in connectors for all sorts of data sources, like your MySQL databases, and it can even do some basic transformations. Think of it as your data's personal stylist. Plus, it knows how to save your data to all the popular destinations like Azure Synapse. But here's the thing. Getting data into a cloud data platform is a bit different than just shoving it into a data warehouse. It's like the difference between organizing your clothes in a neat walk-in closet versus just throwing everything into a giant laundry basket. One's a bit more sophisticated, right? So let's break down how this whole data ingestion pipeline works in Data Factory. We've got three main players. Number one, linked services. These are like the introductions Data Factory makes to your data sources and destinations. It's like saying, hey, Mr. MySQL database, meet Mrs. Azure Synapse. You two should really connect. Number two, datasets. This is your actual data, the tables, files, and all that juicy information you want to move around. Think of them as the guests at your data party. Number three, activities. These are the actions Data Factory takes to get your data from point A to point B. It's like the party planner, making sure everyone has a good time and gets to the right place. Now, when you're working with a data warehouse like Azure Synapse, Data Factory needs to be a bit more formal. It needs to know the schema of your data, basically, what kind of information is in each column and how it's organized. It's like having a seating chart for your data party. This can be a bit of a pain, especially if you've got hundreds of tables to deal with. But when you're using a data platform with Azure Blob Storage, things get a lot more chill. Blob storage is like a massive bottomless storage bin where you can just toss your data without worrying too much about how it's organized. It's like having a no dress code policy for your data party. Now, here's where things get interesting. What happens when your data source changes? It's like someone showing up to your data party with an unexpected plus one. In a data warehouse setup, this can cause a real headache because Data Factory needs everything to match up perfectly. But with a data platform, you've got more flexibility to handle those surprise guests. Of course, even with a data platform, you still need to be aware of schema changes and how they might affect your data consumers. It's like making sure there's enough food and drinks for everyone at your party, even if you didn't know they were coming. So, we've wrestled with data ingestion, and now it's time to tackle the beast of data processing. Specifically, we're going to compare how to wrangle this data to answer those burning questions using two different approaches. Number one, SQL in a data warehouse. Think of it like a fancy organized library. Number two, Apache Spark on a cloud data platform. Imagine a data playground with infinite swings and slides. We'll weigh the pros and cons of each so you can choose the best weapon for your data battles. Remember our two data sources? We've got our trusty marketing campaign table, nice and neat with rows and columns like a perfectly aligned spreadsheet. Then we've got the wild child, the clickstream data, with its semi-structured format and JSON blobs. It's like trying to herd cats. Let's say your marketing team comes knocking with a classic question. When users land on our site from campaign X, where do they scamper off to next? Now, this isn't some made-up scenario, folks. This is real-world stuff, the kind of questions that pops up all the time. We're using Azure Synapse as our data warehouse, and we've got our data loaded into two relational tables, campaigns and clicks. The campaigns table is a straightforward copy of our source data. No surprises there. But the clicks table with its nested JSON, oh boy, that's where things get interesting. Azure Synapse doesn't have a dedicated data type for JSON, unlike some of its cooler cousins like Google BigQuery. So we've got to store those JSON blobs in text columns and use the JSON value function to pry out the data we need. It's like trying to find a specific grain of sand on the beach. Now, if you've been around the SQL blocks a few times, this query might not seem too terrifying. But let's be honest, all that JSON parsing makes it about as readable as ancient hieroglyphics. And don't even get me started on the testing. We're relying on specific characters being in specific places in the URL. One misplaced comma and the whole thing goes sideways. And who's gonna find those errors? Probably your users. And let's just say they won't be sending you a thank you note. Plus, all this JSON parsing throws a wrench in Azure Synapse's performance optimizations. It's like having a Ferrari, but only driving it in first gear. Now, let's enter the data platform arena. Cloud platforms offer a whole arsenal of tools for processing data, and Apache Spark is the superhero of the bunch. It's like having a data Swiss Army knife. With Spark, you can choose your weapons: SQL for quick and dirty analysis, or Python Scala for more complex, testable code. It's all about picking the right tool for the job. See, we've broken down the URL parsing into neat little functions, adding some comments to make it human readable. And we can even write tests to make sure it doesn't explode when we least expect it. No more relying on users to be our QA team. And the best part? This modular code can be reused in other parts of your data pipeline. It's like building with Lego blocks. Look, I know modular and testable code might not sound as exciting as a roller coaster, but trust me, it's a game changer when you're dealing with a mountain of data and a team of engineers. It's the difference between a well-oiled machine and a chaotic data dumpster fire. So, there you have it. Two approaches to data processing, each with its own quirks and advantages. Choose wisely, my friends, and may your data always be clean and your queries lightning fast.